What is the ultimate farm truck? Well, that is a very important question that we are going to answer, but possibly not in this video, because this video is going to be about the Ram TRX. Although the reason I started this video out that way is I want you guys to list what is important qualities in a farm truck or not, and I will actually do a head-to-head comparison at some point. Of course, I already have my ideas of what makes the best farm truck and my own opinions, and I've owned both of these vehicles for a little while, but I want to touch on all the points. So, without any delay, let's talk about Minion's truck. Minion at the moment got places to go and things to do, apparently. Minion? Minion, did you not want to be in the video? Minion? Gotta let Minion be Minion, guys. All right, this is a 21 Dodge Ram TRX. I like to call it a T-Rex. I've got a couple modifications done to it, but nothing really performance mod-wise at all. I absolutely blew people's minds on social media when I bought this thing. People had no idea what in the world I was doing. Why would a homesteader buy a 700 horsepower truck? Well, let me tell you, why would a homesteader buy a Corvette or a Mustang well, because it's fun. Why would anybody buy those, right? Well, as a homesteader, somebody who lives on a dirt road with a dirt driveway, where would I drive a sports car? So basically, this thing is a sports car for people who can't have a sports car for some reason or another, particularly the type of roads. I couldn't have a really awesome muscle car out here because it would just bottom out and have all kinds of issues. And this thing, four-wheel drive, I can drive it all over the place. This is the biggest performance upgrade I have done on this thing, and that would be tires. Beefy. Because while this looks like nice hard concrete, some of this dirt does, it is, once it gets wet, absolutely soupy and atrocious, and nothing is flat here. So let me go over what I know of the truck, what I like, what I don't like. First of all, I don't like that I keep it outside. Second of all, I don't like I keep forgetting to take this off because I'm going to bang my shin on it. But you guys already know about that if you have a truck. Anyway, what I do like that surprised me is I like the color white. I thought it would show less dirt. While the black is probably dirtier than the white because it's lower, it is, from even a slight distance, it looks like the white is slightly dirty and all the dirt's on the black. White hides dirt. Who would have thought? My girlfriend told me that white hides dirt better, and I thought that was nonsense. And yeah, that's obviously not nonsense. It's obviously 100% correct. Anyway, what I like, what I don't like. What I like is everything's all fancy. What I don't like is I don't know what half the buttons do. But I'm working on that. Funny how whenever I open this door, Minion's like, hey, what you doing? I might be interested in doing stuff. Like going places, doing things. All right, fancy expensive truck. One of the things I really like is the way these mats are. I get into mud and I get in and out with dirty feet, and I try hard to keep this truck clean because it's Minion's truck. Yeah, Minion's truck. One of the things I don't totally like is the black interior because it shows every little bit of dog hair because, again, Minion's truck. But considering the vehicles I came from, it's 20 years newer than either of those two, over 20 years newer. And it just, yeah, everything's power and loaded, and it's got this huge sunroof. All right, things I really like about it. I don't go into traffic much, but when I do, I love that this lights up telling me there's a vehicle next to me. I like the cameras. I really like the camera that lets you, I don't even know where it is back here. It's somewhere. It might be this one that's looking and letting me hook up a trailer. One of the things I absolutely despise about that is when I'm going down the road, like if I'm pulling a trailer, it's guaranteed to be a flatbed trailer just based on what I do, and it's probably got some sort of funky arrangement. Things are strapped a little precariously maybe. I like to keep an eye on my straps, and it would be so cool if I could look out that camera over 15 miles an hour and make sure that my load is doing good. Like just down there in the dash on a glance, at a glance. But anytime I hit 15 miles an hour or more, disappears. I lost a strap off my ATV when I was towing it. Couldn't really tell. Obviously, you're supposed to stop and check every 5 minutes to make sure your load is strapped down, but that's just not the way it always works. I'm exaggerating. Obviously, you should not stop every 5 to 10 minutes, but you know, get a mile down the road, maybe you should stop and check the straps. It would just be cool to be able to keep an eye on that at a glance for safety reasons. Actually forgot, but on my old work truck, I had a camera, and that, even though it was a backup camera, that's not really a professional mount. Even though it was a backup camera, I ran it going down the road just so I could keep an eye on what was on the trailer. As a contractor, there was always debris strapped, however, you know, doors, windows, all that stuff. So that's one thing I really wish this truck would let me do, but for safety reasons, I guess you can't get distracted by stuff behind you when you should be looking at the road in front of you, but whatever. Another feature that I thought I'd really like, and haven't really used, is these things in the back. Oh, I still got ice packs in there from when I used that a long time ago. Kind of like a cooler drink storage back here. I love that the seats fold up and there's a whole bunch of interior room. This thing's kind of a cross between an SUV and a pickup truck. In my opinion, a pickup truck has an 8-foot bed and 4-wheel drive. That qualifies. This thing does not have an 8-foot bed, so yeah, it's a pickup truck, but yeah. It's just a cross between an SUV and a pickup truck. However, it's super useful for several things. What I really like about it is the power and the fun and the fact that I don't feel like I can get stuck in this thing unless I do something really dumb. Yeah, I've had this thing kind of crawling around different parts of the yard and in the mud. I tested those tires pretty extensively. They did amazing combined with what this truck actually is. I've had my other trucks stuck around here before. Honestly, overall, I find myself driving this truck more than I thought I would. I really enjoy driving it, and most of the time when I leave the homestead, I need to pick up something or take something somewhere, and I must have a truck bed. Must be able to haul stuff or pull a trailer. This thing qualifies, therefore it is the only sports vehicle I could ever purchase that would allow me to actually drive it and be productive at the same time. Love motorcycles. I could probably have one out here. I could definitely get a dirt bike, have a lot of fun on that. I've never used a dirt bike. Anytime I need to go somewhere, I need to haul something, carry something. Yeah, I just can't do it. So an ATV with a trailer or strapping stuff on it is the solution. Same with going places, doing things. Anyway, should be pretty obvious by now. I'm not a car guy. I don't go over all the ins and outs and fancy details of everything. I just get in the thing and use it for what it is and have fun in the process. Anyway, as I said at the beginning, this video is not just a walkover of the TRX. That's just part of it. Jen and I are going to go out on a date. We're going to get this thing cleaned up. We're going to get some footage of it being driven, which has already been put, some of it, at the beginning of this video. All right, Jen and I are off to go on a date. But first, some fun. We drove about an hour away to a place that has restaurants and a car wash. Can't wait till I have a better setup to wash my own vehicle, but I really need a garage with one of those cool pressure washers, which I already have that. It's just not hooked up in a nice convenient place to wash the truck. So until then, it's fancy colorful lights and a touchless car wash. Alright, got the outside all cleaned up. It looks really nice when it's wet, although I'm going to discover later that once all the water dries off, it doesn't look quite nearly as clean. But it's cleaner, and the wheel wells are a little dirty, but that's pretty good actually for how dirty they were initially. I've never used the vacuums at this car wash before, however I have been here before. Hold on while I take a minute to look at another truck. That would be a Rebel. Jen was here a few weeks ago with her car, and she had it all cleaned up and told me all about how the vacuums were free and how they had these microfiber towels and spray things to clean and detail the inside. This probably isn't what most people do on a date, but it's so far out of the norm for what either of us do. I think we both had fun. I know I had fun. It was kind of nice getting everything cleaned up for once. I wouldn't exactly consider this thing a farm truck. However, what I do is homesteading, and it just ends up making every vehicle I own be a farm vehicle. By now all the water had dried off of the outside and it was still pretty dirty. It just needs a good hand washing. But I have to pick and choose what I'm doing with my time, and I want to prep for winter over clean up my truck real shiny just so it gets dirty again. I don't talk about it much, but I really like sushi and don't have much of an opportunity to get it, but this place has it. But first, let me get distracted by yet another truck. I just really like trucks, whether they're old, whether they're new. If there's a truck that's unique, I'm going to stop and look at it. But anyway, I think I've delayed Jen's dinner long enough. It's time to go inside and check it out.
Flipped around.
Yum yum sauce, probably. I don't know. We had a delicious meal. I didn't film most of it. Hope you guys enjoyed my review of the Ram TRX. Again, it's basically a sports car that can do basic truck stuff, at least basic half-ton truck stuff, which is all I really need it for. I do want to do a farm truck comparison video, and I will be using this for farm truck things, as I already have. I also kind of want to go racing all across the property here, but this truck has way too much power for how little space I have to run around, plus I have to be concerned about the animals that could get in the way and get injured. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will do a farm truck comparison sometime. If you'd like to see more on the TRX, just leave me comments below. And if you like this video, hit the like and subscribe to the channel. Have a good one.